Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I'm doing a thriller recommendations video and I've done a lot of these. I've done like my favorite thrillers, books that are perfect to read for spooky season, thrillers that are perfect to read during summer. This one I'm doing thrillers with the best twist endings. And I know you're like, that's gonna be spoiling things. Why would you do that? I don't think it is, because I think we all go into thrillers expecting twists because they are thrillers. I'm not telling you what the twists are. I'm not even gonna tell you how many twists it has, if it has one or if it has five, because believe you me, I've read some where it's been like, how many twists are we gonna have, because it's a little bit overkill, you know? Today I'm just gonna talk about today I'm gonna talk about thriller books that just, I think personally, best twist endings. Books that just are really, really good. The twist I didn't see coming, maybe I did, but it was still executed really well. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. You get it, I'm not gonna spoil it, but either way, if you want some books with some good twist, these books are for you. First up, In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I have read a lot of her adult thrillers and I have learned I've only liked this one. I started picking up her brand new book, This Book Will Bury Me. DNF'd it, wasn't feeling it, it wasn't it for me. But her original one, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, man, the twists were chef's kiss. Loved the way it was written, loved it, just ugh. This book's also full of unlikable characters, but you still are just so freaking invested. So this book we follow 6 friends, 1 college reunion, 1 unsolved murder. So in this book we have Jessica Miller's kind of our main character. They go back to their university where they her and her friends graduated from, but it's a little bit bittersweet because 10 years ago, one of their roommates and best friend, Heather, which makes me feel so weird because my name's Heather, was brutally killed and nobody's ever really solved the murder. So they decide to really, let's hash it out and let's see who really did it. And so we go back in time to see different characters through the friend group and things like that to now. And man, you will not see the twist coming. I loved it. This is only Ashley Winstead book I really recommend. I'm just gonna say it, but I still really thoroughly enjoyed it. Next up, we have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, my favorite Riley Sager book. In fact, all of his books really do have good twists in my opinion, but I really love the twist in this one. So this is about a haunted house. So in case you're like a haunted house book lover, this is a great one. So this book we follow a character named Maggie, who years ago when she was a child, her and her family lived in this house called Bainbury Hall for like a really short time. And they fled in the middle of the night one night for some reason. She never knows why. Now it's many years later. Her father suddenly passes away and he leaves her Bainbury Hall. And Maggie, and you know what? Her father also capitalized on this Bainbury Hall. He wrote lots of books. He wrote a book that became a bestseller about their time in Bainbury Hall and how it's haunted and spooky and ghosts drove them out and all that stuff. And Maggie's never really quite believed it. So now that he's passed away and she has the keys to Bainbury Hall, she's like, let me figure out if this is real or not. Is this place haunted or is he just tripping? And also, I'm gonna renovate it and sell it. So you can't get mad at Maggie. So when she goes there, of course, she learns a few things of what exactly happened and why her family was driven out in the middle of the night, because she's never really known. It's a great book, highly recommended. I don't think you'll see the twist coming. I didn't, but I'm not like the smartest person, so take that with a grain of salt. Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. Again, another author that I've only really loved one of their books, and the other books I've read have just been kind of meh. Alice Feeney, I will say, does some good plot twists. Like, her twists are there. She will sometimes do multiple ones or a big one. Either way, I think they're really well done in each one of her books, in my opinion. But Daisy Darker is my favorite. And I will say the twists, I think, are pretty obvious in this one. Like, I still think a lot of people can catch it. I caught it, but that's that's not saying anything, you know, but I still think you still have a good time with the book, even if you catch the twist, just depending how it's executed and how it's written. So this book, if you can't tell, is by a character named Daisy Darker. And the Darker family, particularly the matriarch of the family, lives in this like house on an island, like where you can only get to one time a year. And so of course her grandmother's birthday is on Halloween, of course. And so the whole family goes there to celebrate her birthday and they have to be stuck there for the whole night. And it kind of takes the vein of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Each hour upon the hour, somebody's dead. And you have to figure out who done it and all that kind of thing. Like I said, the twists are obvious in this one, but I still thoroughly loved it. The setting was amazing. It was at like the sea salt house in the fall, and it's kind of cold and brusque, and I really enjoyed it. Next up, we have The Night Swim by Megan Golden. I love this one. This is a great thriller to read in the summertime too, so I think it's coming up on that. And also about a podcast, so I'm assuming the audiobook is good. I didn't listen to it, but I always think probably books with podcasts probably are really great audiobooks, at least I hope so. True crime podcast host, what's her name, Rachel, that's covering a really small town trial. She's there every day, like about the town's golden boy and whether he essayed some girls and things like that. And then she gets notes from this girl that's saying from her windshield all the time that her sister was killed many, many years ago, and nobody's really found out the murder, but she knows her sister was murdered and didn't drown. And so Rachel's feeling really compelled to figure out this case. So it's told in 2 different timelines from here and there from the sister's point of view. And whew, I don't think you'll see the ending coming. I didn't. I thought it was a great twist. Really enjoyed it. One of my favorite thrillers of all time. A recent one I read that I was not expecting to enjoy as much as I did is Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. I've read one other Sally Hepworth book before. I liked it. I didn't love it. This one, though, I really, really enjoyed. So this book is about 3 different sisters, foster sisters, and it kind of goes back in their time when they were a foster care at this one particular place called Wild Meadows, I believe. And Miss Fairchild was their foster mother, and she was really abusive. She was not a good foster mother, and it picks up now to each of the sisters because a crime happened at this place, and there's so basically bones were found underneath this house that they lived in for so many years, and an investigation's being opened. So now they're being summoned back into the town, and they have to rehash their past with this. They have to rehash their past with the detectives and things like that. And you get to see each of the foster sister and how they've really came to be who they are because of this place and how horrible it was. The ending was chef's kiss, in my opinion. I really enjoyed this one. The audiobook on this one is also really phenomenal as well. Next up, we have The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Oh, I enjoy this one. It's a short one, but it packs a punch. So this book is all about a wedding that happens in this like remote Scottish island, if I'm not mistaken, about this couple that's really kind of rich and famous. So they invite all of their friends. You follow a slew of different characters. Lucy Foley's kind of known for that. But at the beginning of the book, you learn that somebody has been killed. You don't know who, and you don't know who done it. And so you get to figure out and piece together yourself of each character if they have motives of what's going on. You will not see the ending coming. I really loved it. My favorite Lucy Foley book. Other ones that she's written, I have really not enjoyed, but The Guest List freaking ate this junk up. And the last book I want to talk about is My Lovely Wife by Samantha. So this book is about a married couple. It's pitched as Dexter meets Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which I agree with that. So this is about, I forget which, I'm just going to read you because I think the best thing is you fell in love, you had kids, you moved to the suburbs, you told each other your biggest dreams and your darkest secrets, and then you got bored. We all have our secrets to keeping a marriage alive. Ours just happened to be getting away with murder. So basically it's about a husband and wife that decide to people, and the ending is really, really good. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know why they haven't made a movie about this yet. There kind of is parallel ones, I guess you could say, but so good. All of these, I think, are great thrillers with some great twists. Of course, I'm missing some, but as far as twist goes, these are the ones I think of when I think of really good plot twist or ending twist. You get what I'm saying? These are just my favorites. So I'd love to know if you've read any of these. Did I convince you to? Do you disagree with me? That's totally okay too. And what are your favorite thriller books that have the best plot twists and the best twist endings and things like that? I would love to know. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. This is so awkward. Bye.
You got your blue shoes in the way you wear